y'all, it's Britt Lathrece and welcome back to my channel. I'm so excited to be here today. So what I have for you guys today is a video. I'm going to talk about like a few of the luxury items that are part of my personal collection now that I had them that I don't think I would buy again as a part of my luxury collection. I don't regret them because I do think within a collection, if these are items that you enjoy, that you definitely, it's good to have like one or two, but I'm also kind of like, I don't know, like if I would do that again, or I wouldn't be in a rush to do it. I think I would have prioritized like maybe something else potentially. Guys, let's just get into it. All right, guys. So the first item is Denise Nano. Y'all, I use this. I use it a lot. I travel with it, but at the same time, it's a little novelty item. And granted, I have a weakness for novelty items, so I understand why it's a part of my collection. But if somebody was like, should I buy one of these? I don't know if I'd be like, yeah, girl, go get you one. Like, I don't think I would say that. I think I would highly recommend the Denise BB or the Mini if that fits your needs better than the BB ahead of this. This is just like for fun. And I love a good item for fun, don't get me wrong, because we all need an item that's for fun, but do we need to pay LV money just to have some fun with some item like this? I don't think so. I just don't think so. So it's not that I don't personally like it, but do I think it's super valuable part of my collection? No, not really. It does serve a purpose, which is why it's still here, and you know, I have it and enjoy it, but the way that I was checking for this before I got it, I'd been like, girl, it's okay. You're good. Check for something else. Because she's just not very practical. And again, the visuals, the aesthetics of her are so much better than the actual like functionality of her. And I just, as somebody who loves luxe, I'm gonna just be honest with you and say that about this specific one. Again, I'm not gonna come for the minis or the BB because I love the BB. Oh my god. But for this one, unless you're in Europe and get you know, your VAT tax refund and it's significantly cheaper than it is here in the US, then maybe. But me paying USD for this just was silly. It was silly considering like how like it really functions in a collection. It's just for fun. She sits in her little corner looking cute most days, like a home decor item, if anything, on a regular basis versus a functional item, which again, I have a function for her, but you know, she's very optional. There we go. We're gonna call these optional items as a part of your collection, and she's super optional. The next optional item, in my opinion, are these Chanel shoes. They're these. Granted, let me tell you, I'm obsessed with these. At the end of the day though, you know, Chanel is not cheap. Chanel shoes are probably like the most expensive shoes. And honestly, last spring, even into this year, everybody was making some type of shoe like this. I saw Zara did one like this that was cheetah print. So like, again, I felt like as a person who's been an observer of Chanel shoes, these were probably some of the most me Chanel shoes that they could even create, which is why I went for them. But like, I don't think that this is something that people need to go out of their way to buy. The thing with Chanel shoes for me is like the bottoms are leather, and I've only worn these a handful of times, and I feel like the bottom doesn't look very good. So I know I'm gonna have to get these resold at one point, and I love them, don't get me wrong. I think they're so cool, but I know they're not for everybody. But I just don't think this is something I should have been in such a rush to buy. At the end of the day though, it's hard because these specific ones do resale for more than they cost at the moment, but I still just think, for me, I've always had an interesting relationship with shoes. I love a shoe. Now don't get it wrong. I love me a shoe. At the end of the day though, living in such major cities where, you know, you're walking a lot, shoes tend to just like kind of just get ruined very easily, and it's not because I'm not taking care of them, it's just because of the natural wear and tear, and my love for the item. So yeah, like just knowing kind of that shoes, in my eyes, of a lot of fashion items do have an expiration date. In my eyes, I know everybody has a different relationship with their shoes, but I don't know if I just don't know. I don't think I would rush to get a Chanel shoe. I would say if there's something Chanel on your wish list, I would prioritize that before a shoe. That is what I'm trying to say. And then, you know, later on, if you want a shoe, sure. So yeah, I would say card holders and key pouches. Granted, I don't have a lot of card holders. This is like my only card holder. And then I do have my one LV key pouch, which is not here at the moment, but y'all, do not spend your money getting a lot of these. I don't think it's worth having a whole collection of them unless they're just your thing. I feel like just the corners are gonna like see a lot of wear. Also decide, I think when it comes to card holders, key pouches, and wallets, like decide what side of the house you're on. Are you a wallet girl? Or are you a card holder girl? And I would stick with that. Me now having all three, I'm like, why? I love them. And I love the variety, because I think variety is the spice of life. I mean, hey. But I'm just saying that, do I see myself with like a whole like collection of card holders and key pouches and wallets? No. And I don't think that would be a good use of my funds either. I will say though, again, I kind of said that for the Nice Nano. If you are in Europe and you want to like kind of go crazy a little bit, I think that's a great place to like get them, because I do think they're quite steep here. But again, I just don't think you need very many. I think you need one at the moment of what you prefer and like, and you'll be all right. The next thing that I would not rush to buy, and it's no longer with me, as you guys know, but it's my Alma BB. Y'all, I think if anything I've learned as I started to really explore like luxury pieces is like, get what you like, don't get what somebody else says is classic. I think that I do, now granted, I'm not gonna stunt, I do like that bag, but was it the most me? No, I can say that. Like, I had never gotten a bag like that before. So, and some of them are one of a kind. So I'm not saying if you haven't got one before, but for me, how I typically am and the things I gravitate towards, I usually gravitate towards the same things and very different variations of the same things. So knowing that that's the case, I had really never gravitated towards a bag that shape or checked for a bag that shape, but I started to really see it, do a lot of research about it, its meaning. And yeah, I'm just glad that that's not here anymore. It's just, it's gorgeous. Of course I would carry it if it was like gifted to me or like whatever, but I just don't think it was the most genuinely me handbag. I think that's one of those ones that you can get influenced about because of its price points, because of how classic it is, because of like what it is. But I don't think, knowing my style, she just like wasn't it. Like she just wasn't. So yeah. I think in the last item, if I did have anything else that I would be like, don't rush towards, would be, again, in the other room. I should not be too lazy to get it, but here we are. I would say is the Chanel brooch. Granted, I wanted a brooch my entire life. And then I got a brooch and was like, girl, you don't wear brooches. But yeah, I think it's important just to like, you want to, you know, sometimes you want to try things. And I actually have other brooches, and I ain't wear those brooches. And I have like pins, and I'll be wearing them pins. So why do you think you're gonna wear the Chanel brooch? I don't know, because it was a Chanel brooch. No, that's not how it works. I guess is what I'm trying to say is, don't try to bet on wearing something or liking something because it's a certain version of that. Like, that can work out, but realistically, for the type of person I am, that ain't how it goes. If I ain't wearing it now, or some variation of it now, or loving that type of style now, the likelihood of me like wanting it in the, I would say, near future is just not there. So I love my brooch. It's so darling. At the same time, it took me getting the holy grail brooch to realize I don't really wear brooches. But I will say the one solution for the brooch though, I think, is if I get a hat, like a baseball cap, because I love a baseball cap, and I put it on my baseball cap and it seems like it's a vibe, the brooch could have a comeback. The brooch could have a comeback. So I'm not gonna count that out, but I'm just saying, again, these are all items I wouldn't necessarily rush to buy, because I just wouldn't. Like, they're good optional pieces to take stuff up a notch if that's what you're looking for, because some of us are, you know. I love it, but I would say if you're trying to kind of stay true to yourself, like, look at what you like now, look at who you are and how you kind of like to express yourself. Definitely stick to your style. Don't get too influenced by what everybody else says is like the style or the better buy or whatever they're saying about it. That, I'm not saying that it's not true, but it just may not be true for you. So just, you know, really stick to your like personal style, your wants. Think about the gaps in your like wardrobe or in your accessories or your needs, and like kind of go with that. That's where I am with that. So yeah, guys, that's just like a little chit chat, you know, to talk about some of this stuff and keep it really honest with you guys, because as fun as it is to like collect and be like, yeah, it's like, you know, let me just be real about what it is, what it's like, and my POV. Like, of course, please do not take that as law, because it's not. It is just my opinion. So yeah. So that's everything I have for you guys today. I hope you enjoyed this video. And if you did, please make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and hit that bell for notifications each time I upload. I'll chat with you later. Bye.